I'm gonna have to pin her down, pin her head, and I'm gonna have to manage her head. So these guys are very delicate. So they're still not out of the woods yet. She has still some shed on her eye. I think it's causing her to want to hide. So we're gonna take her out, we're gonna look her over, I'm gonna get the shed off her eye and show you what a tenacious creature she really is.
What are you freaking out about right now? You look stressed out. What are we doing?
I got a snowstorm coming.
Oh, what else?
I'm still a bit concerned about Lilith. Lilith has been on the mends, so we had a problem where she had a swollen fang sheath, and then it got into her eye, so her side of her face had swelled. She has still some shed on her eye, so I think what it's doing is, because she can't see out of one of her eyes, I think it's causing her to want to hide. So we're going to take her out, we're going to look her over, I'm going to get the shed off her eye and show you what a tenacious creature she really is. He's gonna put pants on, folks.
Are you wearing pants? Good, we need pants. That's why I'm wearing pants too.
Believe it or not.
I stopped wearing shorts with Lilith.
Lilith doesn't trust any of us, but I'm gonna be forced to actually grab her behind the head, which I try not to do that to her. I wanna let her live her life as least stresses. You guys are pathetic.
Dude, your dog is really irritating today.
My dogs, look at it. I've locked my dogs up so we could, in the kennel.
We keep redfoot tortoises and all sorts of Mediterranean tortoises in this cage.
We're actually doing this, we're in our cave right now. I'm gonna take Lilith out. I'm gonna have to grab her and then pin her and then locate her behind her head, because we have a little bit of a procedure I need to do on her. Yeah, Lilith is hiding. And one reason why Lilith is hiding, most likely, because she can't see out of one of her eyes. So when she does come out, it's gonna be dramatic. There we go. Oh, I think Lilith is gonna go into another shed. Hi, sweetie. So, here we go. You can see Lilith still has the shed on her eye. The swelling has gone down. Oh yeah, dude.
I'm so not used to filming with her.
Dude, she's so hot. She's so on fire. Hi, Lilith. I know. You hate your daddy, but your daddy loves you.
Okay.
Okay. So what it's gonna do. So Lilith likes to charge and come out and attack and all that. So this is what she's gonna do. I have Rob here with me, and basically Rob is just gonna help distract her. This is what Lilith likes to do. She likes to poop on me.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take a second. Hi, Lilith. This is really the part I don't like doing this to Lilith. And well, let me give.
What are you about to do?
Well, I'm gonna have to actually, I'm gonna have to pin her down, pin her head, and I'm gonna have to manage her head. So these guys are very delicate. So.
That was very delicate what you just did. I want to stress that.
Okay, watch out, watch out. They're still not out of the woods yet. Hi, sweetie. Okay. Yep, we got it.
Got it.
Okay, so we're gonna give Lilith a chance to do some biting.
This is the yayas you're trying to get out of right now?
Yeah, we do that. We're gonna actually move her to a different room. So I wanna be very clear. I didn't use a lot of pressure on her because I'm very worried about her spine and her ribs. And you can kind of overdo it. So if you're actually afraid of the animal, sometimes you're gonna tend to not have the finesse. Certainly, I need to practice, finesse with her because I don't want to hurt her. I have a lot of experience with venomous snakes, and I'm just kind of working around what she's allowing me. So right now she's busy pooping on Rob.
That's what he's here for, man.
And she's envenomating this little rug, or actually this moving blanket. So at some point she's gonna let go. What I don't wanna do is I don't wanna tear her away. I don't wanna like really push myself on her. I kind of work around it. There we go. All right, so we're gonna take her, and as we're moving her, we don't want her whipping around, so we wanna support her body. And we just wanna kind of keep this as calm of a episode as possible.
We're doing this with less people. I think we should point out, I think it's actually
You should never, ever handle a venomous snake such as this unless you must, as far as, you know, the holding behind the head and all that. So this is one of the times where, you know, certainly with pit vipers, their fangs, they will sometimes shut their mouth with their fangs still out, and they'll chew and do all these crazy things. This is something I only do for a reason. Whenever you hold a venomous snake, all right, you always have to make sure your fingers are secure enough where you're managing the animal as far as control. And secondly, having Rob in here is very important. Although I could probably manage her, I would struggle a bit because I need to actually be very focused. I need to look inside her mouth. I need to take this eye cap off, and I need to not hurt her or do anything where I'm really forcing myself. My grip right now is pretty passive on her. She has smaller than a pit viper. She has fixed fangs. So right now we have this shed. So this shed, here you go, has been plaguing Lilith. You can see that eye is semi-cloudy. So we know that Lilith is heading into another shed. Did you know that snakes and reptiles, when they are dealing with any kind of trauma, such as an injury or illness, they will shed more often because shedding is part of the healing process. So Lilith is experiencing more active shed cycles right now because she's been dealing with this we don't understand why the condition began. We did remove a parasite from her too, but we had her where her sheath of her right fang swelled up, so we had a lot of noticeable edema. Her eye, underneath her spectacle, it filled up with fluid. So basically, at one point I had to decide that I need to put her on antibiotics. And when you do it on antibiotics, she's gonna get every 72-hour injection, intramuscular injection, first third of her body, which means I'm gonna have to catch her, tube her, and manage her every single time. I'm trying not to put Lilith through a great deal of stress. Normally, we're trying to just like look at Lilith, feed Lilith, watch her grow, and establish Lilith. Because ultimately, we want to breed Lilith, because Lilith is a fantastic snake. Lilith is the most aggressive king cobra I own, and I have 5 other king cobras that are pretty much a breeze. They're like, when you handle these other king cobras, they're just very, very normal. They're highly intelligent, so you can work with them. Lilith is aggro. So right now, we have a little bit of blood. And this could partly be due to the fact Lilith's little fang is stabbing into her mouth, or it could also mean that she has a bit more trauma in her mouth, and we're gonna find out. So right here we got a little bit of guck, so I'm gonna try to remove that. What's really nice is her lip is starting to seat shut. I know, Lilith, I love you.
Kevin, are you afraid of the snake?
That's such a joke. I have tons of experience dealing with venomous, and things are not what you may think. People that follow me and know me know I'm pretty good at managing around animals, and sometimes you might just see something that's like confusion or other people around me. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I know Lilith. Let's try it. We're gonna open her mouth. So we wanna be gentle. A lot of times when you do this too, yeah, that's what they do. Okay, look at that. So her mouth, excellent, excellent, excellent. Look at that, Rob. We got that sheath down to almost nothing. Okay, really, really good, Donnie. You see that? Mm-hmm. Are we noticing the venom dripping?
Yeah.
You seeing that?
Yeah.
You see that, Donnie, right here?
Yeah. You shouldn't be touching that, right? That's bad.
Well, okay, so if I had a cut, it would be terrible. Look at that. That is just so. Lilith is so hyped out. This is already after she envenomated her moving blanket, and she means business. She bites for keeps. She has an incredible venom, so it's a severe neurotoxin that can disable your respiratory system and really take you out. So the trick is, just like when you're playing with guns or big machinery, don't make your mistakes. Always practice protocol. Use your tools. Have somebody sometimes spot you. I'm just I get a little bit traumatized when I deal with her because I have a big emotional attachment to her and a lot of worry, and I just want her to be okay. So I was kind of put through a little bit of trauma having to do all this because she's very lovely, she's very important to us, and she has a lot of admirers, and I'm probably one of her biggest admirers. I'm adding some betadine. I'm swabbing it off, but I'm not seeing any necrotic tissue. I don't see any kind of ongoing, basically a bacterial infection. I don't see anything. I see Lilith just being okay. Like I said, she's back to eating. I removed a parasite from her, so it was quite likely a cestode, and that's what remains.
Yeah, there it is.
This little thing right here.
After that next shed, you probably won't even be able to see it.
Yeah, I will point out a couple things. All right, so one thing about Lilith, she's going into a shed. She will blush. Often white, pure white, leucistic, and albinos and stuff like that. You can see there's a pink hint of that. She's blushing because there is her rate of respiration has sped up. Her blood flow has sped up, and so you'll get this flush kind of thing. She's excited. She wants to kill, and now she's got a bridle in her mouth. What it's actually doing is it's like she's not doing like a lot of chewing. Mm-hmm. That's all. It's like nothing. See right there? So there we go. That's the king cobra hiss, or their growl, or whatever. My baby. I do get a little bit worried and a little bit upset, but I'm very less worried about Lilith right now. I think things are doing better. She's going into her next shed. We know you've been waiting patiently for an update on her. We did get her back feeding, which has been a little bit difficult. She's gotten a little picky, but she's been through her antibiotics, and now I just got the shed off her eye. So we're gonna put her back in her cage and continue feeding her. Right now she's in a shed, so I don't expect her to eat right now, but she's growing. Lilith is a good 9 foot. I would probably say Lilith is approaching reproductive age and size, and we are raising Lucifer. And we also have other king cobras too, which could breed her. But for right now, we want to make sure Lilith is as perfect as she can be.
Dude, look at this cute little burger bite. These are one of the largest tortoise species in the world. I mean, look how cute it is. Why would you not want
Show
that?
the camera. Get it.
Look at that.
Let's see how close we can get. I mean, why wouldn't you want one of these in your house? Tell me why you wouldn't want one.
So Sulcata tortoises, they can actually make really cool pets, but they're certainly not for everybody, and there's two main reasons for that. You can actually really mess them up if they don't get the right diet. I've seen some really unfortunate circumstances where you see how this one's shell's really round, really very nice. That's how it should be for its entire life. But unfortunately, people give them incorrect diets, and their shells experience what we call pyramiding, which is basically where these scutes end up going up and get really pointy, and sometimes it concaves in and just looks really unnatural. And it's all about diet. They're not getting the right nutrients, the right vitamins, just like the wrong things in their diet. And when they're this size, it's crucial that they get the appropriate calcium and vitamins to make sure that shell keeps that nice rounded shape. The other issue is these things live a long time. If I bought this baby Sulcata right now, I'd have to will it to somebody because it would outlive me.
I'll take it.
Take it?
I mean, I could, right? I'm fully capable of taking care of a Sulcata.
Maybe so, but like I'd need to have like a child right now.
Oh.
so that it could be
Oh,
old
yeah.
enough.
I'm older than you.
You are older than me. So
I was
it doesn't
expecting you to
totally
die
work.
young or something.
Oh, thanks.
Well, that was dumb.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. So how do we keep them from getting? You see, pyramiding.
Pyramiding,
So
yeah.
do you do graps?
Grab.
Do graps? do graps? Do graps have calcium?
So I almost say graps like to talk for. Okay, so graps offer a lot of different vitamins and nutrients, but they're not something you want to feed them consistently. They're like, they provide like some sugars and stuff like that, and they're not necessarily the greatest source of nutrients for them. The important thing to remember with these guys is that they're desert tortoises, so they're eating more like grasses, a lot more fibrous material, but having access to calcium and stuff is really important. So these guys eat a lot. If you offer them a lot of food, they will eat a lot of food. So we want to always be supplementing with like calcium powders, vitamin powders. They look like a little BK burger bite. They're freaking adorable. But they're not always going to be this big. They're going to get pretty freaking massive. They are one of the largest tortoises in the world, and they're just tanks. They are destruction machines, especially when they're at adult size. They'll walk through walls. They'll destroy toilets, piping.
So I guess we should enjoy them while they're young and little, so we can feed them little tiny graps.
Right. Oh, look at how cute is that? Ah! These, I mean, like I was saying before, these guys will eat just about anything you put in front of them. So you see what he's doing with his foot?
Yeah.
So he's trying to help. That's trying to help him break it apart.
I see.
So because he realizes it's too big for him. So one of the cool things with a lot of these bigger tortoises too is they get quite the personality. So some other tortoise species like redfoots and stuff, they're very social, but when you come near their face, they tend to want to back away. This one's got quite the little personality to him. He's like, yeah, you can touch me in the face, that's fine. You gave me a grab. You want some more grab, bro?
Do you ever have to work with a turtle to get them to be more chill?
I mean, for the most part, they're pretty chill as they are. But we want to get them social. Like that's the most important thing, especially with like a Sulcata tortoise or an Aldabra tortoise, or even if you're keeping like red and yellowfoot tortoises, that they already have a really great personality in general. It's very rare that you find a mean tortoise, but
Chase you around the house trying to eat you?
yeah, generally that doesn't happen. But I mean, you want to be able, look at this. I can just come right under here and like, I can pet under this guy's chin and he's not really freaking out. He's like, oh yeah, I kind of like that. That's okay. Yeah. Pet my chin. Yeah.
I wish we had bananas.
See, yeah. So, one of the really key things to know with a lot of these species is like bright colors are something that will attract them for food. So the grapes, I mean, they're kind of like this reddish color. Are you done with your grap, bro?
There's plenty of graps to go around.
Look at all the grap you just left on the table there, buddy. Oh yeah, there you go. Oh, I left some grap. Look at that grap. But so one of the things that's important to remember is a lot of these desert species, when they're looking for food, they're looking for stuff that's a flowering grass or fruit or something like that. So desert species, a lot of them are eating more grassy, fibrous material. So a lot of that stuff flowers. And that's when they absolutely go nuts. So brightly colored fruits like strawberries and bananas and stuff, not stuff you want to feed them in excess of because they wouldn't have a lot of access to it, but it's something that does play a part in their diet. You want to give it to them.
Okay, let's see if I can see anything. I don't know who wants to adjust. Hold on. I wonder if we need to make adjustments because there's big. I need more big blobs. I wonder if I should put her in water.
Why would you put her in water?
So when I ultrasound, if I do it in water, right about, look at that big thing, and then these are such a weird animal. Their skin. Okay, so that big. You know what? We're gonna try the water thing. Let's just see if that works.
I'll try it. I'll try a little lower.
Here, do it. Get in there.
Jump in there, Rob.
Let's try it.
Jump in there. I was trying to get as much definition. It's we might need to change. Is that set at 75?
Hey, if you walk away, keep in mind your mic's hot, so you're gonna talk over the video. Keep that in mind. Unplug it if you're walking away. I can just see it now. I can just...
I want to. Oh, let's see what Rob does.
You can unplug it. It's fine.
Is that right?
It's this big blobby thing. Like when I'm palpating, that's why I was wondering. Like the water might.
Why the hell are you getting this bin over here?
Well, I'm just gonna do this. This is just. This is my creative, stupid ideas. That's all.
You want to tell me why though? I think it's interesting, so I asked you.
So basically, we use gel, and so it's like the carrying agent of this ultrasound. So when it's sending out its frequency, it goes through the gel, it permeates right through the gel. But then once we hit the animal, it's trying to, it tries to show. So if I'm using the water, so see those blobs? Yes, those. Hold on. So see, oh, that blob right there. So see those blob. I don't know if we can. Is there any adjustments we can make in contrast? So the one thing we want to consider is, depending on if she's actually indeed gravid. Sometimes these guys will confuse me. The development when she's first yoking her babies, it's going to be a lot of mush and there's not going to be a lot of definition. But as time goes on, and
when you press it up, look at the definition that we're getting.
so I see a little.
Thanks, dude.
So as these, if they are, indeed embryos, as they're developing, you're going to start seeing more definition. You're going to start seeing spine. We're seeing a lot of stuff. I just don't see I mean, you see that, right? It's just blue. Alright. So we'll see what comes of this in the future.
Cool.
And but she's definitely in a reproductive state. I had big follicles, lots of breeding. I've been cooling these a lot, and she looked really big the other day, so I palpated her, and it certainly felt like something's going on. And what I'm seeing on this could be exactly what happens with some live bearers. Once they ovulate right in the beginning, certainly arboreal snakes are kind of tricky. You can see blobs and then come back a month and a half later, and then it's very definitive. All right, we'll leave that be. And as always, like and subscribe. Follow us on England Reptile Distributors, of course, on YouTube, and please subscribe to us. Hit that notification bell. Let's hear your comments. Tell us what you're thinking. There's more videos in the can. Donnie's working very hard. Hopefully our content is educational as well as entertaining, because I really want everybody to understand these animals better. And the smarter we are and the more educated we are, the better we represent our industry and the better set up we are to move forward.
I gotta turn my camera on, dude.
You didn't turn your camera on.